the most obvious thing that's in the automotive laboratory is a lot of cars. We have several racing cars, 6 in all, and we also have 2 road cars. The racing cars are used by the undergraduates who take the cars apart to learn their way around racing cars, but we use them in the curriculum in lots of different ways. We also have a state-of-the-art damper dyno. That's a specialist bit of equipment that's used to acquire the damper profiles from racing car dampers. We have our own Formula Student garage, and the students that run the Formula Student team have their own place that they can take the car to and work on and develop the car. And after that, we have our own 4-poster test rig, which is a very specialist piece of equipment. There are very, very few universities that offer undergraduates the opportunity to learn how to use a 4-poster test rig. The message that comes very clearly to us when we talk to the companies that employ our graduates is that they want very high levels of technical and analytical understanding, but they also want the practical skills. They also want engineers who can make things happen and are familiar with using modern test equipment, modern computer-controlled equipment for racing cars, and this is the laboratory where students gain those skills.
One of our main thrusts is in the area of mobile communications. We have sophisticated software which enables our students to design mobile networks. We can drive around Oxford, recording all of the data and the signalling that takes place on both 2G and 3G networks. Students can then bring that data back and analyse where networking problems occurred.
And we have a range of optical equipment which we use for teaching the students about how optical systems work, how to design optical systems, and how to carry out measurements on these systems. So we use equipment which allows them hands-on experience of the lasers and the optical receivers. They can do measurements on those and characterize these components. And they can also use commercial test equipment. A piece of equipment called an optical time domain reflectometer is used to measure the attenuation and find faults on optical fiber systems.
Where I have a rack here which contains Cisco routers and switches, and our students learn how to configure and how to operate and manipulate data and packets passing through the switches and routers.
At the moment where we're sitting is one of our CAD rooms here at Oxford Brookes, where a lot of engineering work gets done in the area of design, simulation analysis, and at the same time some media work such as animation. We have a variety of software here such as CATIA, SolidWorks, AutoCAD, and then moving along to simulation software such as Fluent, CosmosWorks for finite element analysis, and moving into the area of media such as 3D Studio Max. The most impressive aspect of what we do here in our CAD suites is that when we see a design idea from its initial sketch stage up to its final prototype, when we actually go out there and test it. So our students are well equipped with, shall we say, with CAD skills when they actually go and hit the real world out there.
This is one of the 2 main media labs that we've got in this new building. We've got in here 20 high-specified dual-core PCs. The chief video editing material is the Avid editing system, and that's associated with Pro Tools, which is the sound system that goes so well with that. In addition to that, we've got the Adobe Creative Suite, and that enables us to do all kinds of additional things visually. We've also got 3D Studio Max, the animation software. However, the strongest feature of this is that the Adobe software that we've got on all of these computers is linked to a huge server downstairs, and that is an 8.5 terabyte server of huge power. And that is the cleverest bit of what we've got.
In terms of facilities that we have in these two studios, we have got both computer-based and hard disk recording-based systems. We have computer-based systems here, Apple Mac systems, in fact, in the two studios, running the two industry standard packages, Pro Tools and Logic. We have analog mixing desks for providing students with the opportunity to mix audio in the traditional way, but still very much the way that's used in a live recording environment. Here in the larger studio we have a vocal recording booth, and that makes it possible for voice recordings to be made either through to the hard disk recorder or through to one of the computer-based systems that we have.
Welcome to the studio. This is our brand new TV studio. It's a state-of-the-art facility with a full Avid Unity newsroom connected to it. The studio itself has got a studio floor, which attached to that has got a gallery. This allows a live broadcast to happen. The most impressive facility out of all of the equipment here would be the iNews database system that connects everything together. This is not found at any other university across the country. But in addition to that, it's also got a Vicon motion capture system. This is similar to the system used to make Gollum in Lord of the Rings. In fact, the system we've got was used in Titanic. The skills required by any of the students using it is the same as any other studio in the world. So the lessons you're learning here, although you might not be using exactly the same piece of equipment, the actual lessons learned and the techniques required are essentially the same.